What's going on, guys? It's your boy Gabe the Great back here again with another video, and we are still in the MyGM mode, and by popular demand we are going to go ahead and play out Jackson Baldwin's career in this MyGM mode. This guy is too much of a beast to not play this career out. You guys saw last year we won the championship. We signed LeBron James. So we got LeBron James and the next LeBron James on a team. And we are going to go into Jackson Baldwin's third year. And we are going to try and repeat for a championship. So go ahead, drop a like on this video if you want to continue to see how this year plays out. And honestly, guys, I'm thinking about doing this more often. This was actually a lot of fun. As I'm playing this out, you know, the different storylines that come up, and so I'm thinking about having a little, you know, making this a little thing where I simulate a person's career, but I do it year by year, video by video. It's kind of fun. I'm in year 4 or 5. I know I'm uploading year 3, but I just finished year 4, actually playing it, and man, crazy things happen between year to year. And so what do you guys think? I'm thinking about maybe following Lonzo Ball's career in this MyGM, My League kind of way, and just year by year uploading how the year goes, and just, you know, make it entertaining, make it fun. But what do you guys think down in the comment section? Let me know, who do you want me to follow next? I'm going to follow this career on out, continue to upload it, but who's the next person? Who's a guy, maybe a young guy that you want to see me play a career out? Maybe you want to see me bring, you know, one of the old timers from a previous one of the legend teams. Maybe you wanted to see me put them in MyGM and kind of play their career out. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. Drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for entertaining 2K commentary. That's a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. And let's go ahead and jump into this. We're going to jump straight into the off season. And as you know, we got to bring back Baldwin, Zizic, and Isaac. Okay, so that's number 1. Now we got to negotiate out Devin Booker's contract. You know, what we going to do with him? He wants a max deal, and honestly, as of right now, the guy is worth it. I mean, he's our third scoring option on the team, behind him and LeBron James, behind Jackson Baldwin and LeBron James. So I mean, the kid has earned his money, so we need to go ahead and give the guy his money, you know. So hey, however much money he wants, we're gonna go ahead and do that for him to get him signed back on. Now, if you guys don't know about me and my GM tendencies, just know that I am liable to trade anybody. No joke. I'm liable to trade anybody. We're going to go ahead and get Paul Millsap. We're going to go ahead and sign him up on a contract. He would actually be coming off the bench. As you guys know, we have a very talented starting lineup. And so, I mean, we're going to run about 8-9 deep that are going to be 80, 81, 82, 83 overall. So I will be the first to admit that in this season I traded way too much. But as you know, that's what I do. So this is the lineup that we're going to do. LeBron James, Jackson Baldwin, Devin Booker, Isaac, Zizic, Walker, Paul Millsap, Timothy Lawu-Cabarro. Those are going to be our main rotation players. We got George Hill, Dwight Howard, and a few other people that we signed. Now, remember, we're coming off of a championship, okay? So as you guys saw, I didn't make a lot of roster moves, okay? I brought in Millsap. I just re-signed my roster. Now, just because we came off a championship does not mean we need to improve. I am always trying to improve. Now, I will admit, even for me, I think I made too many trades this season, but I'm going to show you the main ones, and I'm going to show you why I did what I did and made the trades I made. As you guys know, I'm a big believer in roster flipping. I call it making $1 out of 15 cents. Okay, so just keep trading 2 smaller assets for 1 bigger asset, and you just keep doing that over the course of the season. Now, I do have the restrictions on, the rookie signing restrictions, the recently signed restrictions, the recently traded restrictions. All those are on, so obviously it's GM mode, so I can't just trade all, willy-nilly, but I am going to make a lot of trades here during this season, and so let's go through those. The first trade that I'm going to do is going to be Kemba Walker and Timothy Cabarro for Eric Bledsoe and Ricky Rubio. Now, the reason why I did this was because Kemba Walker was getting torched in the finals. I mean, Isaiah Thomas was dropping 50, 46, and so much. And so if you guys watched the last video, which you should go back and watch the last video, you'll know in Game 7, I actually ended up benching Kemba Walker and putting in Garrett Temple. Now, Garrett Temple was only rated a 77 overall, but he had way better defense. And when I put Garrett Temple on Isaiah Thomas, you saw in the last video, Isaiah Thomas went 6 for 23. He was totally shut down, and we went through trying to barely beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in overtime to blowing that team out by 40. So I said I need to go out and get me a defensive-minded point guard that honestly doesn't need a lot of shots, because I already got LeBron James. I already got Jackson Baldwin. I got Paul Millsap coming off the bench. So I need a guy who doesn't mind passing, who's not a shoot first point guard, but mainly I needed a guy who could play defense. Now, Eric Bledsoe definitely fulfills one of those. He doesn't fulfill he still needs his shots, but I'm going to do something a little bit later on in the season to get me a guard that can do that. But this is going to be the first major move that I'm going to make this season. Now, the second major trade I made was for Jonathan Isaac for a first-round draft pick and Tyler Zeller. Now, I'm not a guy who usually builds through the draft, but if I can get some high-rated first-round draft picks, I'm going to get them, especially if I got to get rid of a guy like Jonathan Isaac. Now, why did I get rid of him? He had a high trade value, and honestly, at an 87 overall, he wasn't even average double-digit scoring for me. And that's going to happen when you're a small forward, and the two small forwards in front of you are LeBron James and Jackson Baldwin. So we went ahead and sent him to the Pelicans, grabbed their first-round draft pick, and Tyler Zeller for our center position, which is actually going to be very good for us. Now, the next trade I made, I just had to get rid of this guy because he was complaining. He kept coming into my office every single week. I want more playing time. I want more playing time. And I'm like, look, dude, you're not getting more playing time. So I went ahead and said Ante Zizic to the New York Knicks, straight up for this guy, John Malcolmus. Now, I didn't know anything about this guy, but he turned out to be really, really good for our team. He was putting up better numbers than Zizic, and he never complained. Now, doing that is going to allow me to do what I wanted to do in the beginning, and that is to get a defensive-minded point guard who doesn't need to put up shots and who was great at assisting, and that's what I got in this guy, Shawn Atkins. I go ahead and trade Paul Millsap and a 2023 first-round draft pick. I got no problem, and it's mine, okay? I'm always going to, as long as I'm the GM, I'm always going to try to get this team to finish in the playoffs. So if I'm trading away my first-round draft pick, I know it's going to be like in the late 20s. So I got no problem trading away for anybody who wants it, especially if they're going to give me a great draft pick. So I'm going to trade Paul Millsap and my 2023. That's another thing. It's like 2-3 years out. So please take it. You don't know what's going to happen in 2 to 3 years. And I'm going to get back Shawn Atkins, a guy who is a great, I think he was an A-, a B+, and he's only like 22, 23 years old, second, third year guy. And he's great at playmaking, great on-ball defender, and he doesn't need to take shots. He doesn't even look to shoot. He looks to get teammates involved. So we're going to go do this trade with the Memphis Grizzlies and go ahead and get him on in. Now that I got him, now I can move Eric Bledsoe. Okay, because honestly, I don't want to play Eric Bledsoe $31 million a year. So I'm going to trade him to the Houston Rockets. And the reason why I did this is because look what they're giving me. They're giving me a big-time center. Again, this is a guy who doesn't need the ball. He goes out there, he rebounds, he plays defense, and they're going to give me a first-round draft pick. Now, I just traded away my first-round draft pick, and I got another first-round draft pick right back. Again, I'm trusting my GM skills and going to bet that I'm going to finish with a better record than the Houston Rockets in 2023. So if you think about it, I just gave up Eric Bledsoe and Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap was coming off the bench. I got back Shawn, Atkins, and Clint Capella. Both were going to be starters, and I just traded up in the draft in 2023. So I'm liking it so far. Now again, when you got complainers, you got to get rid of them. So the next trade I do is Ricky Rubio for Bismack Biyombo and another first-round draft pick. Now, this one is a top 3 protected by the Suns, but I'm cool with that because that means 4 and down is mine, okay? So Ricky Rubio had to go, too much complaining, bring in Bismack Biyombo. Now, I was super backed up at the center position. At this point in the season, I got about 7 centers on the team. No jokes, guys. You guys go back and look at the trades. I traded for a lot of centers. So now I'm going to go ahead and trade JaVale McGee and a second-round draft pick for, check this out, guys, another first-round draft pick, this time from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and some guy who's going to sit at the end of the bench, exactly where JaVale McGee was. Now, this is the trade in the headline. Trading John Malcolmus for Giannis Antetokoumpo. This is literally Giannis Antetokoumpo's little brother. Okay, so we're going to get him. He's an 88 overall. I know he plays the same position as LeBron James and Jackson Baldwin. I'm not concerned about that because I know LeBron is going to retire in a couple years, and by the time he retires, this guy should be a 90, 93, 94, 95, I don't know, but he's going to be good enough to start alongside Jackson Baldwin. He's 6'10", Jackson Baldwin 6'10", LeBron is 6'8". My centers are all 6'11", 7 feet plus, and I got a defensive-minded point guard. This is perfect for the kind of coach that I have who loves to run a defensive style system. This was a trade that was just offered to me. And honestly, after I had made all these deals, right, and I said, what can I do? And this is the big reason why I got Antetokoumpo, is because they offered me this. It was Devin Booker for Rudy Gobert and a first-round draft pick. I know what you're thinking. Gabe, you've traded for like 5 centers doing this. And don't worry, I traded some of them away and got rid of some of them in the offseason. But Rudy Gobert and a first-round draft pick, and I gotta admit, Devin Booker was super underperforming. I think he was only averaging 13 points per game, and I just signed you to a 5-year extension, and then you're gonna go out and average 13 points per game. I held up my end of the bargain, but he didn't hold up his end of the bargain, so he's gotta go. So now I get defense everywhere. We got Rudy Gobert 7'2", Jackson Baldwin 6'10", Antetokoumpo 6'10", LeBron James 6'8". All right, so we got length everywhere, we got defense everywhere, and a defensive-minded playmaking point guard. I mean, this is what you want. So, as we're going into the end of the season, as you guys can see here, me just adjusting the lineup so you guys can go ahead and see what kind of lineup that I went with at the end of the season. I had LeBron at the point, Antetokoumpo at the shooting guard position, Jackson Baldwin at the 3, Clint Capella at the 4, and Rudy Gobert at the 5. We are the longest team in the NBA. Atkins is going to come off the bench from the point. George Hill is also going to be there to help him out. We're also going to have Bismack Biyombo. as well as Justice Holiday, Dwight Howard, and as you see, we got Tony Allen right there as well. So as you guys see, we are totally going for defense. And as you see, it worked. As we go into the end of the season right here, we're 56-21, first in the West, 2 games above the Phoenix Suns. And we reach our goal. We don't lose more than 25 games. We're going to end up first in the conference, another goal completed, and we're going to end up with 60+ wins. So say what you want about all those trades. The bottom line is it worked. Team chemistry faltered here and there for a little bit, but for the most part, team chemistry was on point. We got first in the Western Conference, 60+ games, and we are ready to defend our title. And boom, Jackson Baldwin gets his first MVP. And this guy was killing it. There you see Shawn Atkins got 6th Man of the Year. So these trades worked out for us. All right, we got an MVP, we got 6th Man of the Year, we got the Coach of the Year, and I got my 2nd straight Executive of the Year. Jackson Baldwin, first team All NBA. All right, I don't think we got anybody else on any other team. LeBron James did not make any team. I mean, K. Felder, I can't believe that, but that's the way it goes. But Jordan Bell, his career starting to blossom really good. And yeah, man, it worked out. It worked out. So again, as you guys can see, 61-21, 94% chemistry, and first in the Western Conference. I'll take you guys through some stats so you can see how the league was, how our team was, and I'll let you guys look at this as you guys want to. Feel free to pause it at any time that you want. So now in the first round of the playoffs, we got the Los Angeles Lakers, and we're going to get them out of here in 6. Zach LaVine and Lonzo Ball was just not enough. So we're going to go to the second round where we're going to play the Houston Rockets. And guess what? They're not going to be enough either. We're going to go ahead and take them out in 5. Now we got the Golden State Warriors, and we're going to go ahead and take them out in 5, and that's going to send us into a battle with the Indiana Pacers. And we're going to go ahead and jump in to the 4th quarter where we're up by 16 points. So we're going to pick up at the start of the second half, and we are up by 16, 60-44. And Jackson Baldwin's going to take it down and get the foul. Yes, man, this guy had a terrific season, as you already know. He was the MVP of the league. And, it was really a breakout year. LeBron really took a back seat. I won't go as far as to say we could have made it here without LeBron. But Jackson Baldwin has definitely arrived. And so like I said earlier, man, I'm really thinking about doing this with another player, like a young player, maybe like Alonzo Ball, Markelle Fultz, somebody like that. Dennis Smith Jr. I really like Dennis Smith Jr. I would like to follow his career. And doing something like this where I take them through a My League or a MyGM and I just sort of follow their career, because honestly, man, I'm doing the MyCareer. I love them. I used to love the MyCareer. But 2K is nearly unplayable this year, man. I think they tried too hard to make it a skills game, and they went overboard. Like, it kind of feels like you know, they had different departments work on different things, and they didn't come together. It seems, if that makes sense, it seems like they had like people work on shooting, and then people work on, you know, the environment, and then people work on, you know, whatever it is, but they never came together and like played it. You know, like it's just, it doesn't fit. Like, I understand where they were trying to go with all this layup meter, which makes no sense. These are professional NBA players. If they cannot make layups, and if you guys are following my MyCareer series, you know that I'm a slasher, and I can't make layups. It's so frustrating. So, I mean, this is like one of the first video games in a long time where I legit rage over it constantly. But anyway, man, as you see, we're up by 22 right here. Shooting the three, not going to get it, but Rudy Gobert going to kick it back out to Baldwin. And he's going to nail the three, man. And so I was really happy with this season. Again, I might have traded too much. I probably could have not traded as much as I did. But overall, to get Rudy Gobert, Antetokoumpo, and to get, you know, Shawn, Atkins, who they're all going to be very, very important in the next season. I mean, really, this is going to be my starting lineup for pretty much the next 2 years, this season and the next, until we go into the fifth. And some big things happen next season, so you gotta make sure that you subscribe to the channel and that you watch next season, because next season, like I said, man, some really, really cool stuff happens. And it's really interesting as Jackson Baldwin's career progresses. He has his first major injury of his career, so it was really kind of cool watching these guys' career unfold. Freddie Staples and that the Croatian Anthony Davis, I don't know how to say his name, but they're balling out on their respective teams. The guy who went number one in Jackson Baldwin, ooh, what a dunk. In Jackson Baldwin's draft, he got Defensive Player of the Year this year. So it's really, really interesting here. But as you see, man, we are taking care of business here. And I am playing on Superstar. I'm not playing on Hall of Fame just yet. I am playing on Superstar. Now, I know the score looks a certain way, but part of that is because, ooh, my goodness, LeBron James, the stuff like that. And the other part is we did start off with a 16-point lead to start the half, but I did want to get some gameplay for you guys. I'm trying to get gameplay every single year. Some years I won't have it. Like next year I'll have very limited gameplay, but I'm trying to get gameplay every single year so you actually see the player, how they progress, you see the dominance. You know, I want to get people engulfed in the story, the storyline, and what's happening with Jackson Baldwin in his career. So it's really cool. Thank you to the subscribers who have requested that I continue to do this. I'm going to continue to do this. This is year 4. I'm working on year 3 right now. Or sorry, this is year 3, and I'm working on year 4 right now. And so as you see, Clint Capella, again, another great starter for its great outlet pass by Rudy Gobert. Reverse slam, Jackson Baldwin. Yeah, man, he's sick. He is sick. But, you know, it's amazing just to see this, man. 2K, you know, I'm not trying to complain. You know, I'm not typically a complainer, you know, but at the same time, some stuff just, you got no choice. But Jackson Baldwin, my league and MyGM seems to be the funnest modes in 2K18. I mean, if you don't have a PS4 Pro, you can't play on Park, and MyCareer is frustrating. But as you guys see, we are going to go back to back NBA champions right here. Back-to-back NBA champions. LeBron celebrating. So that actually gives LeBron 5. He gets 5 championships. Now the question is, can we come back next year, get the 3-peat, and LeBron James gets his 6th NBA ring? That is the question on everybody's mind as LeBron is nearing the end of his career. How's Jackson Baldwin going to do after this amazing MVP season? How's this team going to gel? I mean, we potentially could have 590 overalls. How's this team going to gel? What's going to happen in the offseason? Who's going to go? Who's going to be added? And so I'm going to be bringing you all those different kind of things on the next episode. So again, if you like the video, make sure that you like it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.